Welcome to our Spring Media Day broadcasting live on the Raven Network. I'm Jillian Huckabee, and today we'll be previewing all of our spring sports while highlighting these athletes and coaches. Kicking us off today is our varsity softball team led by Coach Lopez along with seniors Kendall Yarnell, Ashlyn Gahn, and Bree Severino. These girls had an outstanding season in 2023, finishing 4th at state with a record of 23-2. They won the Sunflower League going undefeated within the league, then later became regional champions to get them to state. The girls are looking to repeat another successful season with most of the varsity team returning. I'll now pass it on to Coach Lopez for any opening statements.
First, I'd like to thank everybody for being here and having us. We are super excited about our season. We've already played one game on Monday and got our first victory. So we're excited to continue again and build on last year's success.
I'll now open the floor to questions.
My name is Matthew. I'm a member with the Raven Network. This question is for all the players. It looks like Metro Sports Mocan has ONW ranked as the #1 team in Kansas. With that in mind, how does that affect your mindset and approach heading into the season?
It doesn't really, because we kind of knew we were going to be in that spot, so we just are acting like it's any other game.
I think it just means that people know that we're good, we know that we're good, so it's going out every single game, ready to do what we can do, because everybody's going to be giving us their best effort.
It was nice to be recognized for last year's achievements, but I mean, we have to prove ourselves, so the preseason rankings don't matter.
Thank you.
Drew Sheets with the Raven Network. All of you guys have been four-year varsity starters, been playing at the varsity level. So how does that help your confidence and really like team chemistry going into this year?
I mean, we've grown with the team from being freshmen, so I think that's really helped. And now that we all are seniors, we have a very mature team since we all have been here, so it helps a lot.
We've also all really gotten to know each other and know how we play and stuff like that, so it just helps us be better teammates and better leaders because we kind of know how things go because we've done it for 4 years. So
I feel like we've also felt like the lows of losing at regionals, and we felt the high of being at state, and so we're ready. Like this year, we know how it feels, and we're ready to go.
Thank you.
Autumn Barito with the Raven Network. And Kendall, can you walk me through your mental preparation before stepping up to bat?
I don't really have one. I kind of just try to clear my mind and then just hit the ball. That's really it. I try to not think too much because then it'll get in my head and affect my at bat.
Ashlyn Vaughn, and my question is for Kendall. After all your success last year, how do you plan on using it this year as motivation? Oh, God.
I just kind of go into this with the same mindset. Obviously, I have a lot of goals that I want to achieve with hitting and stuff, so just making sure I don't get too ahead of myself and like stay grounded and know that I can do it and just building on every game.
Patty LaRue, and my question is for Ashlyn. What's one life lesson that your teammates have taught you?
They've just really taught me that like playing for each other is bigger than playing for yourself. Like all of our team wins and achievements have really been more meaningful because we're playing for each other than like any individual award.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Hannah Carney, and my question is for Bree. What challenges do you face as a leader on this team, and how do you overcome them?
I think the biggest challenge is just being ready to show up every single day and like taking care of myself on top of taking care of other people and just leading by example, staying in the weight room, overcoming all of the mental challenges I face personally so that I can be a good teammate and a good leader.
Thank you.
My name is Elise Cates, and my question is for Kendall. So since softball has such a veteran-heavy team this year, how do you plan on using it to your advantage?
Since we are so veteran heavy, like we don't have a single freshman, it just like it shows in the game that we all are very mature. We know the game a lot, and so obviously with other teams having younger girls on the team, we can just play the game faster, smarter, and so it helps us get the big wins.
We have time for one more question.
My name is Makleet Zudi from the Raven Network. So my question is for all the players. We can start with Ashlyn. So what are you guys' plans for playing softball after high school?
I'm going to be attending Washburn University to play softball and majoring in sports management.
I am going to be playing softball at Ball State University, and I plan to major in kinesiology.
I'm going to play softball at the University of Central Florida, and I plan to major in architecture.
All right, that's all the time we have today. Good luck this season, ladies, and we'll be back.
Second, I'm joined here by the boys golf team. Here with me is Coach Grove, Wyatt McDonald, who recently signed to Shelton State Community College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Jake Conley, who recently signed to Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas. Both of these boys are coming off state qualifying seasons, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Coach Grove for an opening statement, and then we'll open the floor for questions.
Thank you this morning to Econ Department and Mr. Cooper for all that you do for our school and for our athletic programs here at Olathe Northwest. We're excited for this season. We've got not only these two players up in front of me today, but also another senior in Jake Robinson and three really good juniors and a freshman standout in Jack Butterball, and we're really excited for the season.
Go ahead and open up for questions.
I'm Blake Winter with the Raven Network. This question's for Jake and Wyatt. What is your guys' warm-up routine before every tournament?
Well, it depends. In high school, you don't really get to go to the range much before the actual tournament. So like at KCCC, we went to Smiley's, few wedges, few irons, drivers, and then you get to KCCC and it's just putting for about 30 minutes and you just got to go.
Yeah, I'm just big on, getting the body warm, getting it loose, roll a few putts, make sure you got the speed of the green, Then I'm just trying to get my mind in a place where I'm just ready to play golf and have fun that day, not put too much pressure on myself.
Drake Higgins with the Raven Network. This is for everybody. With so many returning golfers, how high is the confidence going into the season?
Well, you're right. We return some really good players, players that were in the state tournament last year, and Blake Winter and Nick Van Weingarten and Carson Phillips. So with the two guys in front and those three juniors, we were in third place going into the second day last year, and we feel like that we can improve upon that. And we've got also a really good group of freshmen. We kept 6 freshmen, and we have 4 sophomores as well. So we do have a deep group and with a lot of competition. So yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, don't really think of us as a super good golf team, but I think we have the confidence to play really well. It's something we're gonna have to prove and continue to get better at. And that's something Coach Grove preaches. That right now, we got 5th on Monday, but we're gonna have to work really hard and continue to put in the work and get better, so we can make a run at the end and really surprise some people.
Yeah, I mean, we have a really good varsity as well as JV. So I mean, we're pumped for this season. We have 6 really good standout guys, so I think we're ready.
Thank you.
Adam Donner with the Raven Network. This question is for both Jake and Wyatt. You guys have been a part of a couple straight Day 2 appearances at state. How do you plan to break through and finally bring home that ring? Obviously looking forward a little bit. But.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few rough Day 2s. So, I mean, I think we just put a little too much pressure on ourselves. So hopefully we can just get mentally right this year, kind of take a step back in the head and get ready.
Yeah, I think another thing is, we're always improving. I think the golfer that me and Jake were a year ago is a lot different than we are today. I think when it comes that time, if we put ourselves in that position, that we will be ready. We're going to continue to practice and get better so that we are for that point. It has been disappointing to finish that way, finish season that way, and with it being our senior season, we really want to go out with a bang. We're really going to work hard to do that.
Thank you.
My name is Jacob Amtower with the Raven Network. My question's for Wyatt. After last year's season, shooting an 80 average, how do you plan on working on your middle game to get your score down?
So mentally, that's a good question, because that's something I've worked on a lot recently. I used to, you think of a lot of the best golfers in the world, they're super even kill. They don't really care if they had a bad shot or good shot. But what I've had to realize is that's not really who I am. So I'm probably going to get kind of mad at a bad shot, and I'm going to be pretty happy about a good shot, but I need to use that. So, we just made a double bogey. Now let's go make a birdie on the next. Let's come back from that. So just trying to work on my mental game is definitely something that's going to help me this year.
Thank you.
This will be our last question.
My name is Eva Herdig, and I'm reporting with the Raven Network. I'm curious for both of you, how does your goals and your mindsets compare to last year's being signed to a college now for golf?
The goals haven't changed much. I mean, we still want to win a state championship. Being committed helps. It takes some stress off your shoulders for sure. You don't have to prove as much, but I mean, we still want to go win a state championship. We still want to do the best we can every time. So I don't think it's changed very much, for me at least.
Yeah, and I definitely have to agree with Jake. I don't really think it matters. Yeah, it's cool, I get to play somewhere next year, but that's not where we're at right now. Right now, we have a high school season that we have to play. We're really excited for this year. We think we have a really good team, and we think we can make a run. So we're going to do our best to do that. And then, it's nice to have that in the back of your mind, but it's just something we don't have to worry about right now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to Spring Media Day. My name's Anna Dries, and I'm joined alongside the girls soccer team with representatives Mia Klopfenstein, Cami Abendroth, Ava Patterson, and Ruby Wexler. The girls already kicked off their season last Thursday against Lawrence Free State with a 5-1 win and played again Tuesday against Washburn Roll and won 3-0. The girls play again tonight against Blue Valley. I'll now pass it over to Coach Graham for an opening statement.
First of all, thank you to the Ecom department for their coverage and support of all of our athletic programs here at Olathe Northwest. We're excited to get the season started, have had a good start to the season, and we look forward to kind of seeing the progress that the team continues to make throughout the next couple of months.
All right, the floor is now open to questions.
My question's for Coach Graham. After the defeat against Washburn 3-0, who is a consistent rival and semifinal finisher, what is your plan moving forward, knowing that you defeated a big-name team?
It's good to get that win because they have been a little bit of a nemesis for us over the last few years. But what I've told the kids is our goal is to try and get better at each half that we play. So it's great to get that win, but that's the second game of the season, and we've got 14 more to go. So be excited by that, but we're not going to be complacent or content just because we won that game. So.
Hi, I'm Izzy Rothen with the Raven Network, and my question is for Cami. Since there are so many freshmen on the team this year, how are you using your leadership position as a senior to help the team as a whole?
I feel like it's mostly just about setting a good example for them. I mean, they're already really strong players. They can show that they can compete at this level. It's more just about showing them that, like, bringing us all together as a team. That's what it's about.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Addison Lowe from the Raven Network, and this question is for Mia. So can you tell us a little more about the postseason last year and how you plan to overcome that this year?
We definitely had a lot of adversity last year, specifically in the last game of our state quarterfinal. Yeah. And really, I think it's about keeping a positive mindset during those moments of tough times, because it was really just an unlucky end to our season.
Thank you.
My name is Ava Ashley, and my question is for Ava. After committing to K-State, how has that changed your mindset for this season?
I feel like my mindset hasn't changed too much, but with practice and games, I just want to be better and grow as a player through the season, just help support my team in every way possible.
Raven Network, and my question is for Ruby. What's your training routine like during the off season?
During the off season, I'm still working just as hard as I am in the season, and it's just really getting prepared for what I'm going to be doing during the season, like staying fit and keeping practice up with shots and everything.
Thank you.
My name is Miley Fisher with the Raven Network. My question is for Coach Graham. Do you have any high anticipated games or teams you're watching closely this season?
I think the league that we play in is so competitive and so tough that there's a lot of balance throughout the league. So I think anytime that you talk to any of our sports, I think the Olathe schools are obviously going to be a rival, right? But I think for us, if we start to focus too much on other teams, it takes away from what we've got to focus on, which is just getting better every day. So.
Hi, my name is Fernanda with the Raven Network. My question is for Cami. Soccer is a sport that requires a combination of individual skill and collective effort. How do you balance personal achievements with team success?
I feel like I just take my personal achievements to help motivate the team, just making sure I'm a strong character for them to follow.
Hi, my name is Kinley Carter with the Raven Network. My question is for Ruby. With committing this fall, how are you looking at this season differently, or are you?
I'm not looking at the season any different. I still have the same determination as before, and now it's just a matter of showing who I am.
I'm Joe Brescia with the Raven Network, and my question is for Cami. What do you think sets your team apart from the other teams that you play against?
I feel like already we've shown we have a really strong like team chemistry. Like our passing is really good. We have a really good ability to like play from the back and play through other teams and have the ability to get up and finish opportunities.
My name is Caroline Bearton with the Raven Network, and this question's for Ruby. You've been on varsity since freshman year, so how is this year different now being an upperclassman?
This year's different because now I'm kind of setting more of an example and being a role model for those younger students, but also showing that they can be on the same level, so just making them comfortable.
All right, that looks like that's all the questions we have. Good luck tonight and good luck with the rest of your season. We'll be back with boys baseball. All right, welcome back to a Spring Media Day. I'm now joined alongside the baseball team with representatives of Coach Jeanette, Brett Piercy, Dash Engel, and Harrison McKernan. The baseball team already kicked off their season last week and are 2-2 on the season so far. They play against Shawnee Mission East tonight. I'll now pass it over to Coach Jeanette for an opening statement.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We have a really strong group of senior leaders, a really great group of guys working together every single day. Super excited for the season and excited to share with you a little bit about our program.
All right, the floor is now open to questions.
My name is Matthew. I'm a member with the Raven Network. My question is for Brett Piercy. Brett, you're set to have a big year and have a lot of eyes on you. How do you stay consistent under pressure?
I kind of just approach every game with the same mindset and just try to not really think about anything besides baseball, I guess.
Thank you.
My name is Eva Herdig, and I'm reporting with the Raven Network. My question's for Coach. Being that you have coached at Mill Valley before, how are you taking your prior experiences to influence your coaching ability at ONW?
I was at Mill Valley for 15 years. And, over the course of your career, you learn the ways to try to maximize practice efficiency, try to get the most out of players, get them to believe in themselves. And it's a different setting. Obviously, I'm at a different school, but I'm still working with a great group of guys that are there every day to get themselves better, and it's pretty much all I can ask for.
Thank you.
This question's for Brett. Being committed at a top 10 JUCO in the nation, how do you deal with high expectations going in?
Well, I mean, I kind of just trust my talent and just know that I got a good group of guys around me too that are supporting me. So, I mean, it just keeps my head nice and keeps my head clear. Thank you.
My name is Jada Lee with the Raven Network. My question is for Dash. With being a baseball commit and this being your last season at ONW, how are you using this season in order to prepare for the next stage of your athletic career?
I mean, playing JUCO baseball around here, I mean, it's pretty solid talent. I mean, but same with just high school baseball. So just using this year to keep grinding, keep seeing high-level arms, and there's a lot of guys around here committed to the same conference. So going to be seeing a lot of guys over there too.
Jackson Hopper with the Raven Network, and this is a question for all four of you. After going 9-8 last season, how do you guys plan to meet or exceed those expectations?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was 7-13, but appreciate the boost. Nah, you know, as far as our program expectations, our only goal is to, at the end of the season, be the best versions of ourselves. There's, you know, winning will be a byproduct of the things we do every single day, the steps we take. So we don't really gauge our success at the end of the year by wins and losses. It's, are we representing ourselves and have we reached our full potential as players and people?
So I think this season it's different because last year was Coach's first year here. So this year we know what he expects and we know to come to practice ready to work every day and just keep getting better.
I mean, even we've gone in depth from mindset, how we play the game, how we practice, how we support our teammates. I mean, we're super locked in this year. I mean, everybody on the team is just ready to work every day and keep getting better.
Yeah, I mean, last year was like pretty much a whole new coaching staff and like a whole new way to go about our program. So I feel like we had a lot of growing pains last year, but this year we kind of got used to it, and we have I'd say a better group of guys this year now too. So I think we're going to come a lot better this year.
Riley Murray for the Raven Network. This question is for Coach. Having a lot of senior leaders on the team and a lot of athletes that are committed, does that help you relax knowing how good the team is, or do you have any challenges with that?
Relax, no, because every day you're there to work and get better. We do have a lot of strong senior leadership. The thing that's nice is when you get the group of guys that we have that are older guys that kind of know what the expectations are, as a coaching staff, we're allowed to kind of step back and manage the game, and they essentially become extensions of the coaching staff. The seniors know how to play, they know what they're supposed to do, and so they kind of dictate the pace of practice, and if they see something they don't like, they handle it. And that's kind of how you know you have a special group, when you have dudes that can police themselves and let the coaching staff just coach the game.
Thank you.
The Raven Network. This question's for all the players, starting with Harrison. How are you able to stay confident in the field and at the plate?
So I think it just goes back to the off season and all the work you put in, and you just feel confident knowing that the whole off season you're just working, hitting a lot. So, and then you just got to keep a clear mind up at the plate, because if you think too much, you're just going to overthink it and end up messing up.
Yeah, like Harrison said, I mean, you gain confidence at practice, and when you work on yourself and see that you can do it, and baseball is the most mental game there is. I mean, my dad always says it's game of necks, so no matter what, if something happens, you clear it, keep going.
Well, I don't hit or field, so I mean, I just pitch, but if something goes bad, I just try to forget about it and think about like the goods and trust my talent and trust the guys around me. So I just forget about it and move on.
Okay, we have time for one more question.
I'm David Manning from the Raven Network, and this question is for Coach. What advice would you give the upcoming freshmen who want to join baseball?
Ooh, that's a good question. What advice? I think first I'd say don't blink, because the end gets there really, really fast. I think these guys would attest to the fact that it seems like just yesterday they were freshmen, and now they have 6 weeks left till it's the end of their senior season. Also understanding that baseball, it's kind of a cliche, but it is a game of failure, and you just have to appreciate the process and the work and the grind. And if you're giving yourself, fully to the cause, there's nothing ever but you should do but just keep your head held high.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, baseball. Good luck tonight and with the rest of your season. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Spring Media Day. I'm joined by the girls varsity track team led by Coach Stevens along with his athletes Olivia Cooper, Val Galligan, and Bryn Lewis. The girls team won a state championship in 2022 and placed second at state in 2023. The girls are looking to get another state championship under their belt this season with multiple varsity athletes returning along with many talented freshmen coming in. I'll now pass it on to Coach Stevens for any opening statements.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to this season. We got off to a rough start in terms of weather and conditions at our first meet. It's pretty brutal. It's 40 degrees and 30-mile-an-hour winds, but our girls really went out and competed as best they could, and we came out with a win, so that was a good way to start.
The floor is now open to questions.
Hi, my name is Matthew. I'm a member with the Raven Network. This question is for all three of you ladies. After taking second in state last year to Olathe West, how do you use that as fuel heading into this season?
It was definitely a hard loss, so I think we're really hungry for a win just because, I don't know, it hurt really bad. We're ready to get out there again.
Yeah, what Coop said, it hurt pretty bad, and, beating them our sophomore year, and it would be nice to run it back.
Yeah, I think we're just ready for another chance and ready to get competitive and go for it.
Thank you.
My name is Ashlyn Vaughn, and my question is for Coach Stevens. How do you motivate your kids throughout the season?
So with the girls, it's pretty easy to motivate in terms of, hey, we have a great opportunity that doesn't come around very often to go out and win a state championship. We won the first one in school history in 2022. And then last year to fall just a little bit short and be a runner-up to a team that we really want to beat and are motivated to beat. I don't have to motivate them too much. They really want to do it. They want to come out and work hard and get better. And they're really the really cool thing about a team is they're really good teammates. They like each other. They kind of train for each other and fight. And so that's kind of a really big positive for us.
Thank you.
My question's for Olivia. With recently getting injured, what's your timeline for the rest of the season looking like?
I should be back in 2 to 4 weeks, better and stronger.
I'm Madison Miner with the Raven Network, and this question's for Val. What's a personal goal you have for yourself this season?
I think coming off of an injury, I definitely want to just stay consistent, probably push it a little more, but repeating a state title would be nice too.
I'm Megan King with the Raven Network, and my question's for Bryn. How are you able to maintain your physical and mental stamina in between events?
I think when you do so many different events that require so many different things, you need to make sure you're drinking the amount of water and eating right and making sure you're mentally prepared to go on to the next event.
I'm Keely with the Raven Network. My question's for everyone, starting with Olivia. What is one thing or multiple things that you guys like to do that isn't your event that you think adds to your skill set?
Well, I mean, just overall, like working on sprinting, I do more distance things. So making sure that my speed is always there, even though I'm not really a sprinter, is really important.
I'm a thrower, so chucking things far is what I do. So I guess weightlifting is probably like the thing I do the most besides actually throwing.
I would say for me, it's getting my mind right, and that includes like joking with my friends and having fun rather than locking in, I guess.
I'm Ernousley, and this question's for Val. So with playing multiple sports, how do you keep up with everything?
I have really good coaches to work with. I definitely couldn't have done it without them. It's kind of just finding a balance in between everything from balancing softball and track, and I think definitely working with your teammates and your coaches and making sure that you're 100% with the sport when you're doing it and not just thinking about anything else when you're doing it. Just put all your focus on one sport at a time.
Thank you.
My name is Eva Herdig, and my question's for Coach Stevens. Being that you get to have a personal relationship with all of your athletes, how do you feel like track develops your students outside of track?
So one of the best things about track is there's a lot of mental toughness that comes with it. A lot of workouts and things we do are really, really challenging. And sometimes kids start to talk themselves out of doing it. And part of it is, no, you're not going to do that. You're going to have a positive mindset. You're going to fight through it. We talk about that all the time. Being encouraging, and pushing yourself, as far as you can, is going to help you be successful in track. And then, of course, when you get out, done with track and you go out for real life, all those same principles apply. You have to push through things. You have to fight. You have to do your best. All those things, excuse me, I'm getting choked up. I'm going to cry. I'm just kidding. All those things are very, very important as you continue on. So if you can kind of develop those habits now, they tend to carry on outside of at the athletic realm.
I'll go ahead and ask one last question. I'm going to go Val. So you kind of talked about your injury earlier and coming back from it, and we both know that you're a multi-sport athlete, so you're playing softball and doing track at the same time. Of course, they're in the same season. So how are you able to balance those two and deal with your injury that you're trying to come back from?
Kind of what I was saying, you just got to focus on one thing at a time, and it's definitely a process. Like, every day is not going to be an amazing day. My hand will hurt one day, and it'll feel fantastic the next. And so I think, trusting myself and really trying to work through those things with Hawkins, my coaches, and just being very vocal about how I feel and everything, I think that's kind of my biggest thing.
Awesome. Well, that looks like all the questions we have for today, and we'll be back with boys track. Good luck, ladies.
Hello and welcome back to Spring Sports Media Day. I am Izzy Rothen and I am joined alongside Coach Stevens, Senior Yasu Marid, Junior Carson Matson, and Junior Mason Schlittenhard. So the boys track team has done a great job finishing 12th last year in the state meet against all the different schools. And then this last week, they've had a meet on Friday, and they placed 4th. So let's open up opening statements for Coach Stevens.
Yeah, so if we take a look at our boys team, 2 years ago we were 3rd, and last year we were 12th. And we lost a lot of kids off those teams, so we're kind of in a rebuild mode right now. But we're really excited about the kids we have that have returned, as they have worked really, really hard. We've got some pretty good throwers, and then we've got some pretty good speed on the track. And then we have some younger kids as well that we're really going to kind of lean heavily on to develop and kind of help us out when we get to May. So we might have a little bit of a slow start as the team is starting to figure some things out, and we're trying to piece things together. But I think as we move closer and closer to the championship season, which is in May, I feel like we're going to be in a pretty good spot.
Thank you. The floor is now open for questions.
Questions for Mason. After PRing last meet, how do you plan to improve on the rest of the season?
Last meet I had a really great PR, and so I'm just going to keep trusting my coaches, and they've been guiding me to where I've been getting to with my hurdling. So I'm just going to keep trusting them and know that they know what they have to help me, and I know I can do it. So.
I'm Jillian. This question's also for Mason. Coach kind of mentioned earlier how they lost a few seniors, and I think one of your favorite seniors, Baxter, is gone as well. So how do you plan on moving through the season and coping with his absence?
Yeah, so me and Baxter developed a really, really tight relationship, and it was really sad to see him go. So I still talk to him, and he keeps me motivated and stuff during those times. But definitely, it's going to be different without him. But I'm just going to, every race is for him, so I'm just going to try to run for him.
Yeah, it's me again. This question's for Yasu. What are your plans looking like after high school when it comes to throwing?
Oh, I'm planning on throwing in college, so I'm talking to a couple schools, Pitt State, MNU. Looking for a good season this year, so yeah.
My name's Adam Donner with the Raven Network. This question's for Carson. Carson, what kind of mental challenges do you face during meets, and how do you overcome them?
So as a 400 runner, it's probably one of the mentally hardest events. I'm always getting familiar with my environment, the running conditions, what the track feels like. So really just taking time by myself, listening to music, just locking in, just get familiar with what I'm working with and go from there.
This question's for Coach. How are you able to cater your coaching for each individual athlete?
Yeah, track is really unique, right? Like you have kids that are really short, sprint, fast. Then you have kids like Carson and Mason up here that are like mid sprint fast in the 300 hurdles and the 400. And then you have kids that are distance fast, and then you have athletes that are throwers, and the throwing events are all completely different as well. So it's a challenge. I have a really, really good coaching staff that's been doing it for a long time, that are experienced in that, and we're really able to kind of cater workouts to individual needs. And so, we have a sprint group, we have a mid distance group, we have a distance group, and then we have specific throws coaches and jumps coaches that really help in those areas. So we just have to make sure we vary things and cater to the athlete's strengths so that they can be the best they can be on Fridays.
I'm Carly H with the Raven Network, and this is for Mason. How do you balance preparing for track while also playing football and basketball?
So yeah, I'm a 3-sport athlete. So I kind of like being a 3-sport athlete because I kind of just jump from season to season. And so in the spring, it's a lot of football stuff that I'm trying to do too, as well as preparing for track. So I feel like I just try to balance when I'm doing football stuff versus when I'm doing track, and not try to do the same stuff at the same time and kind of overload my body and stuff.
My question is for Carson Madsen. Carson, when it comes to speed, can you give us a scale of how much faster you are than EJ Richardson and how you became that much faster?
So over the summer, I was going to summer weights with him in the mornings, always challenging him. If we were rating speed on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put him at like a 6.5, and I'm probably 9.5, 10.
Wow.
Always challenging him in workouts and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely one of the faster guys on the team.
Thank you.
I'm Carson Faffley with the Raven Network. And Coach, what's it like trying to manage all those different personalities on the coaching staff with swing and such?
I don't know if I've ever been asked a question about my staff before, but I kind of like that. They know when to focus in and coach kids, and they do the right things with that. And then we know when to have fun. And I think part of having a successful program is having fun with your kids. Like you have to be able to, have times where you're kind of just laid back and joking around and having fun. But then the kids know too, when it's time to lock in and focus and train hard, they do a really good job of that. And so, my coaching staff is awesome with that. They really know when to play around and have fun. And then they know when to lock in and the kids kind of follow along with that as well.
Okay, so I have one more question for Yasu. Knowing you have lots of colleges looking at you your senior year, how does that affect your mindset?
It doesn't really affect my mindset. I'm just taking it week by week and trying my best to improve.
Perfect. Okay, so those are all the questions we have for boys track and field. We're going to take a quick break while we get ready for boys tennis.
Thank you.
Welcome back. I'm currently joined alongside Coach Smith, Junior William Stewart, Sophomore Aiden Messerly, Sophomore Brian Brandstrom, and Senior Michael Subcheck, representing the boys tennis team. Last year, the boys tennis team had an outstanding season, finishing 5th in the Sunflower League and finishing 8th in the 6A state championship, with one doubles team placing in the top 10. The boys are now back in action for this season, having their first competition yesterday against Mill Valley and having all entries win their first matches. Now let's hand over to Coach Smith for an opening statement.
Yeah, that tournament yesterday, we ended up tying for first place, so we got off to a really great start to the season. We brought back a great group of guys from last season's team that had a lot of success, and we're excited to build on that success.
Now opening the floor up for questions.
My question's for William. William, last year you played #1 doubles, and this year you're playing #1 singles. How do you plan on adjusting to this change, and why are you switching?
I lost my partner because he was a senior last year, Andy Harding, and so this year I'm playing singles. It's a lot tougher because you don't have someone to rely on to kind of pick you up, but I think I'll be able to play my best and bring everything to every match.
My question's for Brian and Aiden. How do you guys ensure proper communication when in a doubles match?
I don't know, we just need to stay focused on not getting mad at each other. I feel like we struggled with that last year, so if we stay happy with each other, we can communicate better.
Hi, my name is Hannah Carney. My question is for Coach Smith. Following a successful girls' tennis season, how do you plan to approach this boys' season to continue that success?
Well, the girls and boys teams are different animals entirely. Our girls team has been fantastic the last couple of years. So I'm a man of realistic expectations. So that doesn't mean I have no expectations for the boys. We just have to set realistic goals. So we have a goal to win the Olathe City Championship. One of our goals was to win the tournament we won yesterday, and we did that. So it's all about just adjusting our expectations and getting better every day and seeing that growth. That's the most important thing.
Thank you.
My question is for Brian. How do you prepare for long tournaments physically and mentally?
I just try not to get in my own head and play the best of my ability and not get mad at Aiden.
Thank you.
My question's for Michael. You breaking onto the scene last year, frankly out of nowhere, what are your expectations for yourself heading into this season?
You know, I think I can win state this year, so the goal is to win state.
Thank you.
My question's for William. How are you able to overcome calls that you disagree with that your opponent makes?
It's hard because I also make some very not good calls, but I just have to focus on the next point and know that every point counts, and sometimes I have to let a few go in order to win the match.
Hi, I'm Corey Barnes. I'm with the Ridgeview Elementary School's newspaper, and I'm here to ask the athletes, how do you guys select what racket you want to play with for each match?
We don't really get to select. We're kind of assigned into pools, and it's kind of. I have two of the same racket, so it just kind of depends on the day and the conditions, and if one string racket breaks, I can go to the other.
I have 2 rackets too. I'll just use my normal racket, and then if I have to, I can switch to my backup if a string breaks.
I have 2 rackets, but I basically only have one because I only use one.
I bought my only racket from Dick's like 2 years ago, and I just use that one. So.
Thank you for your time.
Hello again. My question's for Michael. How do you compete so well with your unique playing style without hitting too much spin?
Yeah, I just use my mobility to really not let the ball get past me and just keep tapping it back to my opponents so they make a mistake before me.
Thank you.
I've got 2 questions for Michael. So first, personally, I know that you're pretty new to tennis. What went into your decision of starting to play tennis?
My mom forced me to play it.
Elise, if you're watching at home, hello. Second question is, we all know that you like to game in your off time, lots of time spent on the Xbox and such. Clash of Clans or Clash Royale?
Clash Royale, got 9K trophies, run 2.6.
Legend, thank you.
Okay, so I have one more question for William. So, being a predominantly younger team, how do you use your experiences to lead the team and succeed individually?
Since I've been playing for around 10 years, I can help guide and coach a lot of the younger kids. And then I can kind of help Smith in some of the drills if he ever needs any assistance. Because we only have 2 coaches, so not everyone can get all like the coaching that they need. So I think that sometimes I can help with that.
Perfect. So that's all the questions that we have for boys tennis. We're going to go to a quick break while we get ready for girls swim and dive.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Joe Brescia, and I'm here with members of our girls swim and dive team, including Emma Brandstrom, Addie Hurley, Anne-Marie King, and of course, Coach Brandstrom. The girls finished well last year with a 9th place finish at state and are coming off an electric season opener, taking first over all the Olathe schools with 11 top 3 finishes, including a first place finish by Angela McCoy in the 200 IM, a second place finish from Addie Hurley in dive, and a second place finish by Jada Lee in the 100 butterfly. I will now pass it over to Coach Brandstrom for an opening statement.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We started our season off last week and had a strong start. We've got a lot of returners and new kiddos coming in this year, and the girls have been working really hard. We have our first, the Olathe Invitational against 13 other teams on Saturday, so we're looking forward to seeing how we do against other non-Olathe schools.
Perfect. I'm now going to open it up to questions.
Hi, I'm Jada Lee from the Raven Network. Emma Brandstrom, you made a very good PR for the 200 free, hitting a 2 flat in your event. How do you plan to come close to that time again, or maybe even going sub 1? Sub 2.
I would definitely say working hard, pushing yourself.
I definitely get motivation from all the other girls, from how hard everyone works. So definitely just to keep pushing, to have a good mindset, and just to enjoy my last season.
My question's for Anne Marie. With you being an all-around swimmer within the strokes, how do you separately focus on each one?
Yeah, so I predominantly swim IM and breaststroke. So every day, just making sure I focus on each stroke individually, whatever our set is. Just make sure I focus in on those small details and practice every day, and then take those small details into a meet.
I'm Olathe Northwest with the Raven Network. This is for everyone, but we can start with Emma. So what is your thought process when you're in the water?
Mine is probably honestly just singing a song, but just keep pushing, no matter how hard it feels. Once you feel the lactic acid start to burn, just to finish to the wall as good as I can, pull all the way through, push through.
In a meet, generally it's to not think at all, just to go blank in the head and just rely on the training that I've had. And then practice, just the same thing, just like keep pushing, singing a hype song in your head, talking to the people around you, just trying to keep that positive attitude the whole time.
I would say the same thing, taking just one dive at a time, because I tend to overthink. So I like to slow down, try not to think about anything, and just dive.
Thank you.
This question's for Anne Marie. When you're less than a second away from a qualifying time, how do you not let this get in the way of your mental game?
Yeah, so it's really hard sometimes, especially when you're so close. For me, I tend to not think about the time because that makes it a lot harder to hit that time. Just relying on your body and your training, knowing that you've put the work in to this point, and just going out, racing hard. And sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not, but that's the fun part about swimming.
Hi, I'm Izzy Rothen with the Raven Network, and my question's for Addie. Knowing you had a past training in gymnastics, how has that contributed to your success in competing these very complex dives?
For me, I have pretty good body awareness because that's what I've done my entire life. So the hard part was transitioning from going to doing stuff into a foam pit to doing it on water. And it took me time to adjust to that and starting to go in head first instead of on my feet. But for the most part, knowing what I'm doing in the air has been pretty easy for me considering I did gymnastics for my entire life.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Fernanda Lopez with the Raven Network. My question's for Emma. With being a senior, how do you feel your mindset has changed?
I would say my mindset hasn't really changed because, again, it's just another season of how well can I do, how good of an impact can I have on everyone who is swimming with us or around us. I'm lucky enough to be able to swim next year, so at least my season isn't ending. So again, just have a great season with these girls and to have a legacy to show how to push yourself and how to be a good teammate for the rest of these girls.
Thank you.
My name's Adam Donner with the Raven Network. My question is for Emma and Anne-Marie. After qualifying for relays, how is your mentality and work changing as you try to qualify individually for state?
So now that we have 2 out of our 3 relays qualified, we're definitely focusing on the 200 free relay to make sure we get that one qualified now. And then once we get those done, focusing on those individual events is just getting the time and effort put in during practice, the small little details, not getting in our heads because during a relay, you're with a team, so it's a lot easier to just go and swim for one another, not yourself, and so, yeah.
Yeah, definitely same thing. It's nice when you have your relays out of the way, so now you can kind of just focus on your individual. But because of the relays, they're so different than the individual, because instead of swimming by yourself, you're swimming with 3 other girls who are there to push you and be able to either catch up or keep pushing to stay in front of people. It's just a different atmosphere when you're swimming individual and in a relay, so it's still fun to swim even though you got it out of the way for state.
Thank you.
Question is for all the athletes. Addie, Emma, and Anne-Marie, with you all having a team captain position on the team, what does this role look like at meets with uplifting the team environment? We'll start with Emma.
I definitely think it's just a label that we have. It doesn't do anything, it doesn't give us more power than any of the other girls. Doesn't mean that we're any higher up or any better. I definitely think it's a good leadership to show the girls that, you know, we've been here for 4 years, that this is kind of how the team rolls. Definitely to show people like the motivation of you're not skipping out, like everyone sees you. Just to be there to cheer on girls for the meets, so then the younger girls can realize that this team is one and that everyone is there for each other, and even out of the water, we're all sisters.
Yeah, I disagree with all of that. Our main job is to lead by example, and so we just want to make sure that our girls know what the expectations are, that we're there for one another first and foremost. Obviously, you're there to race and you're there to do good for yourself, but you're also there to cheer on your team, so you better be behind those lanes, and we have to do that, leading, and so, yeah.
Since we don't practice with swim, I kind of just pay attention mostly to the divers because I'm around them the most. And I would just say, like, talking to all of us, like, including everyone in group chats, just letting everyone know, like, what's going on and, like, keeping them in the loop, because sometimes it's hard, since we're not with the swimmers all the time, to, like, feel like a team. So I've tried my best to, like, make sure everyone knows what's going on all the time.
My question's for all the athletes. We can start with Addie. What does your off-season preparations look like heading into a dive season?
This year I dove for a club team, and I only dove once a week. I didn't compete or anything, but it was basically just to keep myself, like, able to do all the dives that I do during the season, so that when I got to season, I wasn't starting from nothing. I was kind of just getting better from where I was.
Yeah, I'm an all-around swimmer, so I swim club all year long. I've been swimming club my whole life, so that's what I do, just in the pool every day, doing what I can, listening to those coaches, and then stepping into high school with a new coaching staff, different girls, different atmosphere, yeah.
I'm not an all-around swimmer. I do swim for a club team sometimes a couple months out of the year just to keep myself in shape or getting ready for the season. Yeah, that's probably much it.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a question real quick for all our athletes. So obviously coming off a really great first meet, how do you want to use the momentum moving forward through the season?
I'd definitely say, again, just to show, like, the atmosphere that we had at the meet of just, like, cheering everyone on. It was really good that we have a new cheer, that we can get hyped up. We started good. Last year we had a little incident that happened that, you know, kind of hurt the first meet, but this meet we're able to get out there and get strong. And then even for the newbies who haven't ever gone to a meet, it was really nice to see all the upperclassmen and all the girls who have swum before be able to help out all the other girls who didn't know what to do, but were able to figure it out because other kids were there to help them.
Yeah, overall as a team, we did phenomenal as our first meet. I know individually a lot of us have a lot of improvement that we want to make. Weren't entirely happy with our times. So I think that's where the motivation's coming from right now, is that yes, our placement looked great, but at the same time, within ourselves, we know we can do better, and so we're just pushing ourselves to get to those times and PR.
For me personally, it's definitely a motivator because although I qualified for state, I definitely did not dive as well as I normally do. And my PR was, I think, 61 points away from what it was. So I definitely have a lot of work to do, hoping to break that again this year.
Okay, perfect. That's going to do it for our Spring Media Day. I want to thank all our athletes, coaches, and reporters for their participation. And from everyone at the Raven Network, I want to thank you for watching. This is Joe Brescia signing off.